Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I'm here with today's edition of Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Love During Lockup, Word on the Street. It's a Montana Mills family surprise, and Deontay's baby mama, Addy, is at it with Lindsey. Again, I must have grown at least 15 more gray hairs today alone. Let's hop right into this. So, first of all, this season of Love During Lockup, the finale is on Friday. Honestly, in my honest opinion, this season was very underwhelming. It started off strong and then it said, "Eek." So the love triangle, Kate, Kaylee, and Hunter, has fallen apart because Hunter decided to come clean with Kaylee and tell her that his heart belongs to his ex and that she's not the only one in his life. Even though, yes, I did ask you to marry me, and yes, you did, hold me down financially, but sorry, honey, my heart belongs to someone else. So Kaylee has been posting a lot more to her social media, showing self-love, going to the gym, getting pedicures, things like that. Kate spills protein powder on her counter and vacuums it up, and this beautiful scenery picture. Bradley and Savannah. Bradley likes to post pictures of cars and bikes. His sister likes to cause drama in the Facebook group. So Hurricane Alyssa, the sister that we saw on the show in the furniture store, is in the Facebook groups, allegedly talking crap about Savannah, saying that Savannah allegedly abuses substances, and Bradley's sick of her. The family's sick of her. She's sick of her. Everyone is basically sick of her. So, Hurricane Alyssa is, stirring things up in the Facebook groups. I was hoping to sit down and have a chat with Savannah and Bradley, but I know that she's sick. So, Savannah, if you're listening, I hope you feel better soon. Tia and Rob, I'm almost 100% sure these two are not together. It's just my gut feeling. I've been doing this for a bit, not as long as other bloggers have, but I've been doing this for a bit. And my gut feeling, these two are not together. They're just holding up a facade for the show. You know, possibly maybe get another season out of it. Who knows? But yeah, she was getting ready, to go out on a date with him the other night. She likes to go live a lot on Instagram, and she's usually sitting there like brushing her hair or getting ready, or and it's, I hate to say it, not very interesting. But in this live, which I'm not going to share with you guys and torture you with it, she was basically talking about her first date with him and how they went up to Harlem and then they went to a seafood boil, and he was like, "Oh, that this is our first date." And she was like, "Really? I don't think this is our first date, but okay, whatever." So, yeah. Troy is going to be a physical trainer. Oh, yes, he is. He'll be available for one on ones and group training. I think the group training will be okay, but I don't know about the one on ones. I don't know how Zaria's going to handle it. Mama Karen has been more active on Instagram. I know she loves herself Facebook, but I've been noticing her on Instagram more often lately, which makes me kind of think that maybe she's in Facebook jail. I don't know. So, the Montana Mills family have a surprise for us for the next season of Life After Lockup. Currently, Mike and Justine are living their rapper dreams. They have a new single out called Goofy, which is available on all major streaming platforms. And, Justine and Mike are living their rapper fantasies, okay? But there's going to be a surprise for the next season of Life After Lockup. Oh, yes, they're returning. Don't worry, they're not having a baby. They're going to have a big wedding, a big Vegas wedding. Yes, I know they're married already. A big Vegas wedding paid for by wetv. That's the word on the street. Okay, so next season of Life After Lockup, which filmed around the holidays, currently filming now, from what I understand, word on the street, there was a period of time that you couldn't get a hold of anybody at Sharp Entertainment Productions or the producers, the assistant PAs, because they were all out at the Mike and Justine wedding extravaganza in Vegas. So that's a little tea for the next season of Life After. Remember where you heard it first. Daniel has a job. He went live at work, which I never think it's a good thing to go live at work. But anyway, he went live at work. It was really boring. He walked away at one point to go deal with a customer. It's like, dude, what's the purpose? Apparently, he has a new TikTok account. Um, I think he was banned from his first one. I don't even want to know why, but he has a new one. Now, Lindsay's Crime Stories is premiering February 7th. Okay, as you guys know, there's going to be a new series called Crime Stories starting February 7th. And it's basically the crime stories of the felons that we have come to know and love. So, Lindsay posted this to the gram. Exactly 9 years ago today, I was in a 145-mile-an-hour chase that ended in my arrest. I remember being so deep in my delusion that I generally believed that a half a pound of drugs wouldn't get me much time. Wow, what a shock it was when I landed 4.5 years in a federal penitentiary as a first time non-violent offender. But the reality was, I was out of control. I weighed 108 pounds. I rarely slept, rarely ate, was miserable, but didn't know how to stop. I was out of control and headed to jail and headed full speed to incarceration. I all but broke into the jail. While I don't believe prison is the best solution for everyone, I can say it saved my life. It stopped me from causing more harm to myself and my community. It also gave me the chance to rebuild. Looking back, I realized how far I've come, and I'm grateful every day for this second chance. Then she put some throwback pictures from when she was living her crime story. And yes, Lindsay is slender, but in these pictures, she is fucking skinny, way too skinny. Okay? So Lindsay goes from her crime story to battling Deontay's baby mama. Again, okay, so it all started off with, of course, a TikTok, and only Lindsay could get into trouble for saying absolutely nothing. So, for you TikTok users, but I'm going to explain this for you non TikTok users, I should say. You could reply to a comment that is made on a video of yours and make it into a whole nother video. Okay, so if I actually use TikTok the way I should as a boomer Karen content creator, and there was tons of comments, I could take one of those comments and reply to it in a whole nother video. Lindsay, however, is a TikTok influencer. She pays a lot of attention to her TikTok because that's where her money is. And girl, if I was Lindsay and I had the following that she does, I would do the same. But anyway, so Lindsay made these two TikToks in response to questions, comments that were left on prior posts. And like I said, only Lindsay could get into trouble for not saying anything. So I'm going to stop babbling and I'm going to show these TikToks that got Lindsay into a whole lot of trouble, which to me is like, are you fucking kidding me? So here we go. When you were on reality TV, so now everyone asks about your exes. So Is it just me, guys? Or did Lindsey not say a word but drink, sip on her Sonic drink? Like I'm sipping on my soda. She didn't say a fucking word, okay? I had to mute it because there was music in the back. Now, to the song, When You Wish Upon a Star. This is Lindsey's response to someone asking her, where's Blaine? Wait for it. The flip off at the end kills me every time. Okay, so at least Deontay didn't get a flip off. So Addy hops into the comments, and she's in Lindsey's comments and she's not happy. So first she says, I don't even follow Lindsey, but she comes across my FYP, and for the life of her, she can't keep Deontay out of her mouth. Ever since I got pregnant, she has stuck her nose in our business. Someone says, sweetheart, she's moved on. You should too. He's all yours. And Addy says, I mean, I moved on from my ex too, and I definitely don't post about him. Question for myself. Were you on a TV show with your ex? Especially a TV show that just recently started streaming on the Peacock network from season 1, episode 1. So people are watching this for the very first time and they are sending messages, asking questions because the show is new to them. So, yes, people may ask Lindsey about Deontay. And she didn't say anything. Like, what is the big deal? Okay. When she posts things like this is a gateway for people to speak negatively. Then she goes on to say, Deontay doesn't bring her up. He's done a couple interviews for YouTube and they will ask about the girls he was on the show with. He's more concerned about giving me and his baby a better life. Addy, I'm sorry. I beg to differ because when he appeared on Stadler from 90 Day Fiancé's Tell All podcast, which is focused on production, production manipulation, production dirty secrets, behind the scenes, nothing about relationships. Okay, nothing about relationships. Stadler wants to know what did production do to you? What did you like about production? Tell me about your experience with production. That is her focus of her channel. This is Deontay. Okay? This is basically a minute in. This clip is only about a minute long. You guys let me know what you think. Am I smoking too much of this?
To another episode of the Tell All podcast. I'm very excited to have a new person on the show. It is Deontay from Love After Lockup and Life After Lockup. He's been on 3 seasons total, which I didn't know. So that's insane. You're like an alum. And you were talking about how like there's a lot of people that like keep going on this show. Like you'll see them season after season, sometimes with different people and stuff like that.
Yeah, they call us OGs. So you'll see certain people 3, 4, 5 seasons. Then after a while, you see people on the internet. I'm so tired of seeing them. I want somebody new. Then when they get the new cast, they cry for the OGs again. So it's always some of us last longer than others. I lasted 3 seasons.
Dang.
One of my exes on there that had lasted with 3 guys. I'm the second of 3 guys, so yeah.
Keeps going on and on.
If they're interested enough in you, they'll keep on following you.
Dang, that's interesting. So, okay, all right. So how did you like get on the show? Like what is the casting process like, or how do you begin to get?
Okay. So you guys let me know because I kind of consider myself an expert on this topic considering how many cast members that I've actually sat down and interviewed. Stadler did not ask Deontay a question about his exes, Lindsey, anything like that. Deontay was talking about OGs. Okay, you know who's another OG that's been on the show and on the show with multiple relationships? Sean with Destiny and Sarah. You want to bring up some OGs that people want to see but are sick of at the same time. Um, Brittany and Marcelino, Puppy and Amber. I mean, but no. Deontay brought up Lindsey, and of course, he had to throw shade in there. But that's neither here or there. Lindsey had a snap moment today. Okay? She can't take it anymore. She won't take it anymore. And I'm just going to get into it and share her snapped moment. Okay?
I've had it. I've had it. Okay, fine. You want me to respond so bad. I will finally respond to you. I have not responded to you yet because you are literally my child's age. I'm not.
Before she gets into it, I just want to point out that she's responding to Addy's comment, Deontay doesn't bring her up, blah, blah, blah. Just pointing out that YouTube trend. I'm sorry, TikTok trend.
I'm going to argue with a child. You are 3 years older than my teenage daughter, okay? I'm not going to argue with a child. However, you have repeatedly posted me, talked about me, and now you have the audacity to bring your childish ass to my TikTok. Let me make something very, very clear. Deontay takes every occasion humanly possible to come and bring my name up. Every interview you can get, every time he can get a YouTube, a podcast to bring him up, the first thing he does is spit my name out of his mouth. It's the most annoying thing. And I know this to be true because Kiki and Kibitz,
that's me,
just did a video of the first 2 minutes of him and the 90-day fiance lady doing theirs. And one of the first things that comes out of his mouth is my freaking name, just like always. But you know what? I don't know. I don't care because I don't watch Deontay. I have Deontay blocked on all social media platforms and his number blocked because he kept trying to text me. So let me make it abundantly clear. I responded to a comment on my page, and my response was to quite literally say nothing because I don't care. I do not want my name attached to Deontay. However, unfortunately for me, it is. Oh, it's so cringe. So you want to say that I am the reason that people are talking negative about you and Deontay. Sweetheart, the reason people are talking negative about you and Deontay is because you are 19, knocked up by a 40-year-old man, spreading your ass cheeks for money online. What do you think is wrong with that? Hello. It has nothing to do with me causing the negativity. You and Deontay have done that all by yourselves. So while you're over here talking about he's more concerned about giving you and his baby a better life, sweetheart, you do not have a better life. You are spreading your cheeks. You are spreading it where the baby is going to come out for money while living in a motel because you do not want to work a job and because Deontay has been kicked out and cannot live anywhere. You do not have a better life. You are hit. You are stuck. I don't want Deontay. Let's be honest. I don't even think you want Deontay, but you are locked in there for at least the next 18 years. Let me make it abundantly clear the last time. I don't want to talk about Deontay. I don't care about Deontay. And I damn sure don't care about you. So stay off my page because now you finally got me to respond. If you're trying to get some followers, everybody follow Addy and add yourself to her OF so that she can pay for this baby some diapers because Lord knows they can't manage to get a house over there. Jesus Christ, stay away from me. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Congratulations, you made me snap. Fucking. I've had it. I've had it.
So that was Lindsey's snap moment. And honestly, I don't blame her because, like I said, it's been leading up to this moment. Addy has attacked her before and actually dragged Miley Grace into this for no reason. I'll give you guys the cliff notes on the drama. Tracy Trendy did a video where she said that in the hierarchy of Deontay's exes, Lindsey will always be number one, which we all know that to be true. Okay, and Lindsey put 3 embarrassed face emojis in the comments of the video because, like she just said, still being associated with Deontay is cringe. But like I said, this show is being exposed to a whole new audience. So people are going to think that this is happening now or just happened recently or think these couples are still together and ask, what happened to Deontay? What happened to Blaine? People even ask what happened to Scott. She talks about it on her lives. If you ask her a question, she will answer it. Addy did not take the embarrassed emojis very well. And she took to her story and basically said that Miley is at the ripe age to start following in her mother's footsteps, abusing substances, and committing crimes. And that it's meth up. No, you know what was meth up, Addy? The fact that you dragged Miley Grace into it. Because once you become a mom, I understand you're pregnant, but you truly become a mom once you give birth to that baby. And once you become a mom, you will understand. You don't fuck with someone's kids. You don't fuck with a bitch's kids. A bitch will slice someone else's throat for their kid. Trust me, I've said it here a billion times. I'll slice a bitch's throat for my son. Okay, so you will learn once you have that baby that you do not drag another woman's child into an adult fight. Listen, you can call me a four-eyed boomer Karen all the fuck you want. That's fine. Just leave my son out of it. So, of course, Addy went into the comments of Lindsey's snapped video, and what did she do? She dragged Miley into it again. I mean, at least my child has a dad. Where's her daughter's dad? Addy, I am old enough to be your mother. I just want to share a little bit of motherly advice for you. Please don't count your chickens before they hatch. You never know where you could be 6 months from now, a year from now. Okay. Saying this is not necessarily a flex. I'm just saying. Okay. So, she goes to her stories and she posts, you know, her voice makes me puke, but y'all look at Lindsey, took the time out of her day to honor me on her TikTok with a whole video. That's what you wanted, that's what you got. So then she posted a picture of Scott and his lip, because we all know that Scott and his lip are two separate. Imagine trying to argue with me, but you allow this inside of you. And then she puts up a picture of Blaine. And this is actually a really flattering picture of Blaine. Okay? Or this. And then she put up a picture of Lindsey in her meth days and says, Dad, y'all, I'm having a little too much fun with this. I'm tickled. I'm glad you're tickled. Okay, so Lindsey decided to respond to, the flex that Addy threw out there, that at least she still has her child's dad, and where is her daughter's dad? So this is Lindsey's response. Let me share this with you guys.
Says far more about you than it ever is going to about me, and certainly more than it's going to be about my child. My child has nothing to do with the fact that her father isn't there for her. I can't control her father not being there for her. However, at the end of the day, the most important thing to me is that my child has a stable home, a happy home, and a healthy home. I'd much rather her have those things than have another person in her life that's not going to be good for her. So at the end of the day, like, that doesn't really say anything. And you're speaking real soon, because, honey, you do not have a child yet. Your child is not even born. You're talking about somebody that you haven't been with for an entire year yet. You don't know that y'all are going to be together. You started talking to this man when you were 17 years old. This man is almost in his 40s, okay? I realize that you're a child, and that's why you feel like it is appropriate to speak on another child. But either you're going to be a woman and you're over here guzzling tequila and you're going to speak to me like a woman, or you're going to act like a child and you're going to keep speaking on my child. That's up to you. That's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with being a single mom, because as long as you're putting your kid first, that's what actually matters. Maybe you'll figure that out one day. Shaming
How
single
dare you
moms
know?
isn't.
That is Lindsay's clapback to what Addy thought was a flex in her comments. Yeah, can you guys see why I have 15 more gray hairs today alone? So anyway, I just want to point out, okay, this is a mother to be, and this is an actual mom. Okay, just saying. So now moving on. Of course, Deontay's in the chat. Of course, he has to jump into the chat. I was expecting him to actually go live, but it looks like he's going to start posting shit. When I started recording the video, guys, I went to go check, and he hadn't posted shit yet. So he says, ugh, man, I don't know what the fuck has been going on TikTok or wherever the fuck between my ex and current girlfriend, but this shit is starting to get ridiculous. I mean, my lord, all I do is make reels and work on my little cartoons and been trying to stay quiet and out of the BS despite everything that continues to be thrown my way. And yet I still got motherfuckers still wanted to poke at me. Then I'd be the one pressed the second I say anything. But someone is out there on their social media capping hard like a motherfucker. So at this point, if that's how you want it, bet it's my turn to speak. Bet. Deontay, what are you going to do? Just talk on the same shit that you talked on over and over and over? This was a 2-week relationship 4 years ago. Just saying. We've heard everything that you've had to say in the past, Deontay. You've talked about this over and over and over. What else new could you possibly bring to the table? But I'll stay tuned for your 4-hour live later. Just say it. So now moving on to other subjects, because my goodness, my gray hairs. Taylor is opening a Etsy store. And she's going to sell things like customized puzzles, cute idea for Valentine's, and cute children's clothing, mama's expensive little bestie. I think that's cute. Okay. So Taylor's trying to do things. She's trying to do side hustles. So now she's doing children's clothing and puzzles. So moving on to Mandy and Maurice and the GoFundMe. Okay, first of all, I just want to say this is a good point. This was brought up on Reddit. Mandy apparently is looking to get this specialized cushion for Maurice's wheelchair, and apparently it'll be covered by Medicaid. Okay, so it says, why does this lying, scamming Griffith think she's smarter than everybody? So now she's trying to say that in addition to her scamming GoFundMe, she also needs donations to buy a $699 for a wheelchair cushion. I honestly can't with her. It literally blows my mind that she must truly believe that she's so much smarter than anyone and everyone. Seriously, Medicaid pays for a wheelchair cushion. No one falls for her BS. And as you can see, there's Mandy's Cash App and her GoFundMe link. So then Mandy says, I'm not embarrassed by anything I went through. What may be tea for you is testimony for me. So if you're going to talk about what broke me, invite me to the table so I can tell you about what God did with the pieces. Okay. So Mandy's birthday is in a month. All I have to say is I just have a feeling, my gut is telling me that this GoFundMe is not on the up and up. 7 people have donated for a total of $150, I think. But the fact that Mandy just throws up her Cash App up there and say, oh, listen, send me a Cash App because GoFundMe takes too long to send the money, should be a huge red flag right there smacking you in the face. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm signed up to receive notifications on Dylan Smith. I didn't even realize I signed up for notifications on Dylan, but on Sunday I got a text that said that he was released from custody. I didn't even know he was in custody, but apparently he was. He was released on Sunday. Thank you, Vine notifications. You're the best. And I guess he celebrated it today by going to the gym. Heather, on the other hand, went live on YouTube. She's been going live on YouTube lately. So I'm telling you, I have competition everywhere. Goodness. So Heather went live on YouTube. And I'm just going to share this with you guys. It's not a very long clip, but it is just typical Heather. Okay, so this is Heather. She's doing her makeup at a mall. And if you listen closely, you hear baby daddy Xavier in the background.
I am so thirsty for a digital team. It's not even funny. I want one so bad.
Yeah, it does.
I want to like start this campaign.
AI writes code for you now.
So there's no more coders?
You have to take coding anymore. AI agent does it. Speaking to the AI agent. So hello.
Anyways, Xavier's saying that you no longer have to know anything about code. That human beings are no longer like being taught code. That like AI is already programming for us now, and that no more human beings write code. If that's true, then why are they still sending people to college for coding?
Exactly. That shit's gonna be obsolete. Colleges will move online.
Well, whatever. Anyways, the point is, you guys, I've said this in many other videos. I'm going to bring it up in this one also.
And then she goes on to say that she wants to start like a Rolodex type program for Airbnbs because she's banned from Airbnbs. I don't know. Heather is still homeless and wacky. I really wish she would get the help that she so desperately needs. So maybe she could be involved in her children's life, especially the baby. But Heather will be Heather. And Heather will always have her arch nemesis, Marissa, and Marissa's living her best life. So moving on, Haley blast her sperm donor. Haley celebrated her 30th birthday with her partner, and she says, best dad that ever. In case anyone was curious, sperm donor hasn't met these babies once and has sent a grand total of, drum roll please, $30. So before I wrap up this edition of Word on the Street, just a couple of miscellaneous cast updates. Like I said, Peacock is streaming the season from season 1, episode 1. So Brittany says, thank you to all my new followers and all my new fans because everyone is discovering her all over again. And she took the opportunity to promote her book. Smart move, girl. Louis is doing wonderful for the community by being a speaker in the high schools. He's going around the high schools talking to high school students about the effects of drugs and going to jail and basically telling his story and like, don't be like me. Shantae, I love those nails. We have Cam doing daddy duty. And Derek's wife is offering an opportunity, okay? Attention artists, music submission opportunity. Star City Motion Pictures is seeking original music and beats for the highly anticipated film Stacy Stacks 2. Details, all genres welcome, must be original work, limited to 10 slots. Submit your tricks for consideration to email address. Don't miss this incredible opportunity to have your music featured in our most popular film. I've been waiting for stuff from her. She keeps talking about films and projects, and I don't know, I haven't seen one yet. Just saying. So, I'm doing this challenge, guys. It's called January. Okay, it's just where you try to get through every day in the month of January because I don't know about you, but the first 2 weeks, like the first 15 days of January started off like but now it's slowly creeping up. So there's 3 more days left. So let's see where we go from here. Thank you so much for watching me, guys. Please subscribe if you don't already. And one more thing, don't forget to double check that you are subscribed, because YouTube likes to play games and they unsubscribe you. And then you don't realize that you're not subscribed to me until you're like, holy shit, where did Mary's videos go? And one more thing, please make sure you like, share, comment, and one more thing, please consider joining my membership. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye, everyone.